We got more important pieces of the silver puzzle, and the silver bulls are not gonna like him, but the market doesn't care, and we need to respect the market. So we're gonna talk about the new signals in silver that we got. I'm gonna give you 2 silver miners for your watch list to research, because this is what this time is all about, to get prepared for a possible sell-off when we can get in on the buy side to then reap the benefits when the precious metals start to rally again. Let's get into it. Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days, weeks and month. Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day. My name is Daniel Wilhelmi, and today we're going to focus on silver. And as you can see here in the silver chart, it's been a brutal grind for the silver bulls. But that's why patience is one of the most important qualities that we need to possess as investors and in traders. Our time will come in silver and in gold and in platinum and in palladium, but it's not here yet. And that's why we analyze the market to understand, is it here yet? Should we get in right now? And the latest pieces of the puzzle that we got suggest, no, it's not. Now, again, the market has this way to choose the most painful way for investors and traders to flush out most of the people that are scared or impatient or can't handle the pressure anymore, for them to get caught on the wrong side. And a lot of people think that a massive sell-off in silver is the most painful way. But it's actually not, because all the silver bulls are okay with a flush sell-off. Look at this guy right here, to then buy and get in on the long side. So while it's not great to see a flush in silver, it's great if the result is that you're going to buy more because you think it's going to go up. So that is not the most painful way. The most painful way is what we have been seeing, just a grind lower with no clear signals to the upside or to the low side, to the downside, and with no sell-off. If we look at silver and we look at the latest signals that we got, we're getting 2 of them. The first one is this low right here that I pointed out to you that was important. We broke below it and we're struggling to get it back. So now the market is trying to defend this low right here. Let's make this purple like this. As you can see in the past 3 trading days. And when you say, Daniel, come on, this is like $1. Yes, that's exactly what I mean with the grind. Look at this. It's like stairs down. Step 1, step 2, step 3. It is just a brutal grind. And the second important signal going with it is we are seeing no buying power in gold or silver. If we look at the other variables, the intermarket variables that have influence on gold and silver, then we see, and we're going to start with the Dixie, man, actually not a bad day. Look at the Dixie. Down a lot, right? That's a good candle if you're gold and silver bull. We had a fake breakout here, and now we're correcting. It's not start of a downtrend or anything like that, right? Just consolidation, but it's weak. Oil went down yesterday, does nothing today. Okay, that's fine, right? Can't complain about that if you were thinking about gold and silver. Look at the bond market. has done nothing for the past 2 days. Going down a little bit. 30-year, 10-year, same thing. Broke the downtrend, up move. Didn't continue the up move. Right? Consolidating. Still constructive, but no up move. So all the factors are working towards gold and silver on the daily. And what do we see in silver? We see a red candle in Asian and European trading with a big sell-off intraday that actually made a new intraday low. We hit the lowest levels in 5 weeks. That should not have happened. And that very clearly shows us there's no buying power right now. Nobody wants to buy silver, which is interesting mid to long term because it means a lot of people are already flushed out of the market. A lot of people are standing on the sidelines, right? A lot of people are not buying. So once we turn, the buying power will return, but right now is not the time. So what do I think will happen? Well, I've told you this in the past videos. I believe we're going to go lower, and that's what has happened. Now, interestingly enough, what surprised me is I expected a waterfall sell-off after we break and confirm the break of the uptrend and the 50-day moving average. But what we have seen here, that's not a waterfall sell-off, right? This is a waterfall sell-off. This is a waterfall sell-off. Even this, what we saw here in mid-May, that is a waterfall sell-off. So a vicious down move, usually ending, and you can see it here in the history of silver in 2026, because we had several. Here we go. Vicious sell-off usually ending with big intraday swings where silver gets oversold or the mining stocks get oversold. Right here, waterfall sell-off, and then you see these big long tails that get bought up intraday, the capitulation day. We have nothing like this, and I thought this would be happening. So that means all the stops, or maybe not all but like a lot of the stops that I thought would be sitting here because that would have been a smart play to have them, that's not where they were. So where are they? And you know the institutional stop hunters, especially with silver, right? For the shorties and the big institutions that are shorting silver, they're out there, they're hunting for the stops. So they have to assume now, because it's the only logical level, that the stops are either below this blue support zone or the 200-day. So that leads me to believe that the institutions will try to push silver down to the 200-day and then below it and see if that triggers the waterfall sell-off. So what does that mean for us? That means we don't have to do anything. Actually, not the worst thing to do. It's the summertime. I think we should all go to the beach and swim in the sea and the ocean, right? Instead of trying to be hyperactive in the markets. I don't see many trades that are interesting in any sector right now. And that's okay. It's just not okay for the hyperactive YouTube people. But how many of them are really making money? What we want to do in these times is, even though they have been going on for a long time, but if you follow this channel, then you know I called the intermediate high after we started to correct from gold 5,600 and silver around $120. I said that's the intermediate high. And intermediate means at least 3 months. Now we're in month 5. And I also started to say, I think 3-4 months ago, decision is coming this summer. Well, we're starting this summer now. So we want to be ready by having our watch list ready. And again, if you miss these videos, hit the subscribe button. That will help you. So I want to give you 2 silver stocks that are popular stocks for silver, and they're primary silver stocks. Primary silver stocks. Those are, if you know anything about the silver miners, there are not that many of them out there. If you look at all the popular big silver stocks, I mean the percentage that they make of silver, 50% max. Most of them not even close. So they're basically silver equivalent stocks. So let me show you 2 stocks from my watch list that I'm watching. And we're going to start with Avino Silver, which I do not own, and I wish, and I'm kicking myself all the time, because I'm an idiot. Well, I am an idiot, that's well established, but this one definitely idiotic. I talked to the management somewhere around here last year in Zurich. No, must have been here, because Zurich was happening. Yeah, Zurich was happening right when the tariff chaos happened. And I walked away and I really liked the story and then did my homework on it. And I thought, stock had run up afterwards. It's going to come back at least to this uptrend that has kind of developed on the 50-day. I'm going to buy it here. And I didn't. And I missed one of the best runs in the whole silver space. Avino, one of the biggest success stories that we have. And if you look at the chart, you can see this is one of the best charts in the mining sector that we find. Silver miners, that is. Uptrend above the 50, barely, but above the 50, above the 200. 200 moving up, 50 gaining strength. We're making higher lows. And Avino, one of the few stocks, right, that not only has broken the downtrend, okay, check this, but has made a higher high as recently as mid-May on the close and intraday. There are not that many of them out there. Now, Avino is a small junior producer, primarily silver plus gold plus copper, but they're legit. They're like, I think they're like 50% silver this year, but then it's going to go up to, I think, the 60s or mid-60s in the coming years. Percentile silver, that is one of the higher silver junior producers there are. It's not Aya level, right? Which is, well, can't say the gold standard, so we have to say the silver standard for the junior producers, but it's top. And they are, Avino that is, right in the beginning of their growth phase. Now, the valuation reflects that. That stock is not cheap, which is why I was hesitant to get in then, which I, again, still should have, but this stock looks really good. The growth story is there. They're operating a mine in Mexico. Okay, Mexico, not my top jurisdiction, but still fine and definitely way better than Uzbekistan. And they're going to be, if they reach their target, massive production expansion. The high growth phase is coming for this company. So this is a stock I want to have on the watch list. And I want to see if this stock, maybe if we see that sell-off in silver that I expect coming, will undercut the uptrend in the 200 for a liquidity grab. So this is a company that now has size, I think, of a Billy 5 Canadian. Does that sound about right? Yeah. So it's getting there that institutions are interested in buying this stock. And when institutions get in, they like to empty the pockets of the retail investors. So that's why when you look at these bigger stocks, the danger of liquidity grabs is very real, and we can take advantage of that. The other stock is an explorer, but it's one of the most popular silver explorers there is, and that's Abra Silver, and I am a shareholder of Abra Silver. Would I like to buy some more? Yes, if the price was right. They're developing a silver project in Argentina, and obviously you look at the recent history, it has also been a great success story. I think I've been in this one since 2024. So I've had this one for a long time, and it looks fantastic, as you can see, above the 50-day, above the 200-day, even better than Avino. Yeah, of course, the uptrend is working. If you want to draw in this one right here, I'm not going to fight you. That's completely reasonable. The only thing that matters is we're above it. So it's an explorer. It's a riskier play, but they have a massive silver project. Their valuation is actually 2.75-ish billion Canadian. So they're already a big company. If I wasn't invested in Abra Silver, I would be interested to get in, but not at any price. I mean, again, this is still an explorer. So what price would interest me? Probably pull back to the uptrend. Ideally the 200. Maybe liquidity grab below. But do your homework on these two stocks. I wanted to show them to you. And Abra Silver, same thing, right? Look how it's very near its all-time highs. Avino doesn't have that, but Avino had that recent mid-May new high. So they made higher highs. So that makes it stand out among the silver mining stocks. Abra Silver makes it stand out because, man, we're right near the all-time high. I mean, look at this. Today, we're basically where we were at the end of February. And again, Abra Silver didn't top at the end of January, which would have been here, when silver topped and most of the silver mining stocks topped. As you can see, that's gone up. And this is what we want to look for. We want to look for the companies that are bigger, so $1 billion and more, because that's where institutions are, and that are holding up better, which means people do not want to sell these stocks, which is a clear indication those are the winner companies. That is it for today. Have a great day. It's Friday. The weekend is here. Video tomorrow. Got to look at the weekly candles right now. It's just very, very important for the precious metals. And we're going to look obviously at the weekly candles of oil and the dollar and the factors that are influencing it as well. That video is coming tomorrow. That's it. Signing off for today. Again, if you watch this video all the way to the end, congratulations. Looking at my face for 20 minutes can never be easy in life. Hit the subscribe button. You're doing me a huge favor. And you will do yourself a huge favor, because not that many channels are talking about stocks like Abra Silver and Avino, but we are. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.